Meth was the worst way I could think of for Walter White to make money. The methamphetamine really, and obviously it dates back to that conversation I had with my buddy Tom, but I think what I keyed off of, reverse engineering it in my brain, I think what I keyed off of when I was thinking of it was, I love the idea, I'm excited about the idea of a guy who's never broken the law, who is a straight arrow guy, who nonetheless starts doing the worst thing someone could do in order to make money. And meth was about it. So that's why meth. It was not a statement about drugs or any of that. If he could have sold arms, maybe I would have gone that way. Some I don't know what, but the thing that was interesting was an otherwise good man doing a reprehensible deed in order to save his family. That was the early impetus, and that's why meth versus even marijuana. There's obviously a definite delineation, I would think, between those two drugs and how badly they impact communities. So.
Yeah, and had you done research, or did you know enough about the physical manifestations of like a meth addict, of like how that would play into the story, the ugliness of the drug?
Yeah, I did a lot of meth. No, I've never actually tried it. Yeah, I mean, my saving grace, I went into this ignorant of a lot of things, ignorant of what it is to be a meth addict, what that world is like, ignorant of what it is to, thank God, to be a cancer sufferer. Ignorant of what it is, from an oncological point of view, ignorant of what it is to be a chemist and a chemistry teacher. There's so many things I didn't know. The chemistry, I kind of bullshitted my way through in the early episodes, but my saving grace as a creator of this particular show is that Walt doesn't know any of these things either. He knows the chemistry, he knows the cancer part of it, but he doesn't know the darker world of criminality that he's entering into. He's very much a babe in the woods, as was I writing it. That was, in other words, so all of that to say, I didn't need to know about meth in a very real sense when I started writing the show. As the series has progressed and as the episodes have played out, I know more about it now than I used to, quite a bit more, from talking to DEA agents and talking to former drug dealers and talking to and hearing from folks and reading books written by former dealers and addicts and gathering up all the anecdotal and experiential evidence I could and information I could. My writers and I have sort of educated ourselves throughout this process, but luckily we didn't have to start at 100% knowledge. We could start at zero knowledge and sort of work our way through baby steps and understanding these things, as does the main character, because we're seeing the whole thing through his eyes.